All right, Virgo, welcome to your weekly Sidereal astrology forecast. This is for the 12th of October through the 18th. My name is Athen. So this is for Sidereal astrology. If you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description because your sign might be different. All right, Virgo. So another very powerful week, as it has been with all these eclipses and everything last month and the squares and everything this month. It's no exception. And the good news about this week is that there's a lot of blue energy, a lot of supportive energy to these major shifts and changes. Now, we do have a transformative new moon here on Monday, setting the stage for the rest of the week. We do have an opposition with Venus and Neptune, nothing new there, which I'll talk about. Mars is conjoining up to Jupiter, which is very nice. Optimism and possibilities, maybe opportunities along the life path, which has been Mars now joining up this trine up to Pluto, with Jupiter and Pluto. So some nice things. I'll go ahead and break it down one by one. Starting at the beginning of the week, the new moon in your first house. So it's in Virgo. This is all about your self-image. Happy birthday to those of you who have your birthday this week. Again, this is for Sidereal astrology. And yeah, it's all about your self-image, how you carry yourself, new goals, new drives, new ambitions, everything relating to what you desire and who you are on it's more of a conscious and outward level. But all of this you have been reflecting on. Your ruler has been retrograde. One thing that's nice this week is Mercury is going to be gaining his momentum forward. He's been retrograde, which as your ruler means you guys have been more of an introverted or reworking sort of phase of your life. But now that stuff gains that energy and starts to become more extroverted. Now this early part of the week, it's subtle. New moon is a time of reflection. It's a time of setting intentions. But as the week unfolds, you'll feel more of that unfolding a lot easier. And this could be relating to career as well. Maybe that stuff has been on the back burner. You've been rethinking or redoing those 10th house things. So that's the early part of the week. Now, this new moon is transformative. It's going to be opposing up to Uranus and squaring up to Pluto, which is a very important axis of your chart. Your first house, seventh house, and fourth house. This is yourself on one hand. It's your relationships on the other, in the seventh, and with home and family, which has been changing, which is here on the fourth house level. So new things, and the more willing you are to have change, this is for everybody with Pluto, especially for you around change with home, with family, with your emotional body, getting rid of some old things relating to that, but having compassion, really coming from that heart center is so important with the square, and then it becomes very constructive. And this is also seeing the importance of asserting yourself, going after your goals, while at the same time having freedom in your relationships and change in your relationships. And the more willing you are to be yourself with your one-on-one connections, the more willing you are to, have that, uncertainty about them, which has been all of this eclipse energy of Pisces. But it's so good for you because your seventh house is Pisces. So there's supposed to be this spiritual connection, compassionate connection with your relationships. And all of that can be very freeing when you are seeing that there really is no difference. At least when you're doing something that's good for you, it really is good for your relationships and good for your home life. So it's finding that balance, and that's what the T-square represents, is integration. And through that, it becomes a very strong aspect, very foundational. And for you, it's about building a new emotional body, new relationships, and a new you shaping up over the next couple weeks, but really over the next 6 months, because this is all about new beginnings of the solar cycle, which in about 6 months, you're going to have a full moon in your first house. So anyways, subtle, early part of the week, the more open you are to change, the more open you are to freedom, being yourself, and having that balance with your one-on-one connections, then it becomes that much more supportive with this kind of T-square energy. Now, with this as well, Mercury is going to be sextiling Saturn. So there's still that energy. That's going to go exact on Tuesday. And this is all about Saturn slowly going into your third house of communications. It's about setting solid foundations with the way you speak, you communicate, you write, the way you see life, your outlook, and even working with the daily spheres of things is what Saturn's, metaphorically really going to be calling on you guys to do over the next 2 years of this transit. So again, being open to setting foundations with socializing, with learning, with communicating, and taking that stuff seriously is a great support for all of these unfoldments of this first house energy for you. So that's the first half. Second half of the week has Mars conjoining up to Jupiter, which Jupiter has been trining up to Pluto. So very nice it's been, and it's all on the deeper level for you. It's about spirituality. It's about behind the scenes activities. This trine is about you guys finding the, time out, that alone time, that spiritual time to connect. And there's opportunities there. There should be expansion. Mars is that you could be very motivated right now to do these things. Maybe motivated so that when you're getting things done or you're active, it is meditative. You have that presence in what you're doing. It's like a spiritual warrior, Mars in that 12th house. But anyways, that Mars goes over Jupiter at the end of the week and joins up to this trine with Pluto. So the more open you are to change around your spirituality, around that alone time, that spiritual time, then it becomes that much, it's a trine. So it's easy energy, but we could let it pass us by. So it's important that you see it, you're aware of it, it can be utilized, and it's all this powerful change that's been happening on your emotional body on that deep level. And now it's going to be very much relating to, for you to have that connection to all it is, connection to God, connection to that alone time that is so important in life. Now, it could also have to do with opportunities with, to communicate some more. Mars does rule your third house. Could be some new insights about the deeper elements of life. I think naturally you should be quite optimistic about the changes of life, beginnings, endings, life and death, with Mars going over Jupiter. And you could be quite motivated, actually, to maybe assert yourself and take care of some things with home, with family, maybe with your relationships. Jupiter does rule that 7th house, and there could be some strong motivation second half of the week to maybe get some things done there, assert yourself, and depending on your personal chart, could literally be something new that is expanding for you either in the home life, family life, or relationship life. So that's the second half. While this is happening, Venus is opposing up to Neptune, but nothing new here. This has been ongoing. This is the third and final aspect since Venus did go retrograde over this position of the chart. We've already had all the fast-moving planets go over this opposition, so nothing new for you. It's seeing the importance of having rest and meditative time in the daily spheres. Maybe there's some uncertainty about work or whatever it is you're involved with, maybe your health. But that can be a very spiritual thing, because through that uncertainty and unknowingness, Neptune is showing you, metaphorically speaking, how to relax into the unknown and really see that your meditative time is your service work. Your spirituality is our service, and our service is spiritual. And finding the middle path with that is so important for you right now. But it's shaping up. It looks easy, especially with Jupiter involved here. And there's definitely some good motivation that can be implemented when it comes to finding that peace, that tranquility, and spiritual time out. So that's the emphasis for you Virgos. This early part of the week is certainly new beginnings. It's all about the next 6 months with your goals, your drives, who you are, your self-image, what you're pursuing in life, maybe even getting active. But the energies are low at the beginning of the week, and a lot of the things that you have been reflecting on about yourself, your self-image, maybe even your career, start to move forward as well with Mercury going direct. So Virgo, have a great one. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.